But he was so scared. I made him cry once.
Oh,
I was there for that. He had him hiding in my bathroom.
It was hilarious.
He was blocking the door, not letting so that nobody could get in because he was so terrified that Shane was going to whoop his ass.
So
do it.
oh shit!
There he is.
Start of the Skids podcast.
Son of the Skids podcast?
Son of the
Yeah,
Skids.
it's start of the Skids.
Oh,
podcast.
start.
I thought you said son of the Skids.
That's what I heard too. Son of the Skids podcast.
That's not at all what I said.
Son of Scott Preston's podcast.
Shimmer dabber, shimmer, shimmers.
Son of Prescott.
Shomer Shabbos.
Wait, what?
I don't fucking roll on Shomer Shabbos.
Yeah, we'll just go with Shoba Shabbos.
Shoba
Is it
Shabbos.
Shoba Shabbos?
Shomer?
Shomer
How is it,
Shabbos.
Shomer?
No, look it up. Look it up, because I know that it's not. That doesn't sound right either. What I said doesn't sound right either, so don't. Anyway, it's the Skids podcast.
There
These
it
two
is.
dipshits are here. And me, I am Shane.
Hey, Shane, I'm Tim.
It's Shomer Shabbat.
Oh.
Or Shomer Shabbos.
Well, which is how he said it.
I think that's what he said, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good fucking movie.
That's a fucking great movie.
It's true. Yeah, we know.
Anyway, this is Skids podcast. Like I said, I'm Shane Kopke. That's Tim Gage.
Yep.
And we got Kevin McNichols,
Hey.
who's already fucking annoying me.
Doesn't take much with Shane, guys.
No, it's actually,
Doesn't take
it's
much.
not Kevin. I mean, you can hit. Yeah, there we go. That works too. No, it's not you. It's just a mutual friend of ours that's fucking really driving me crazy right now. So we have this friend Jake.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, here we go. Love the guy. He's great. However, he's the person that is the most delusional person you'll ever meet, right? He's the best at everything. He's probably fucking messaging me right now.
That
That's
wasn't
probably.
me.
Yep, that's him.
Oh, no shit.
He
Here,
know-
check this video out, bro.
He knows we're talking about him. Anyway,
His ears are
so
ringing.
I remember him telling me at one point that he figured out fucking what was it? Perpetual motion, and that he could fucking make unlimited energy for everyone forever. That's gone away.
I remember that.
Yeah, this actually
Is
happened.
that the water bottle wheel?
I have no idea
Wait,
what
wait,
it
wait,
was
no,
because
no.
he just made shit up.
Yeah, no, I think it was that he and a local friend, had come up with a perpetual motion machine.
Yeah.
Was what
Yeah.
it was.
And that they were going to be billionaires within the next year. This is like 7 years ago.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, no,
You know,
they're well on their way.
It's good to have goals.
I
Well-
mean, he's still sending me messages.
Well, and the thing is, the main problem I had with the whole thing, because he described it to me, and I said, okay,
That was a
so
dick, dude.
so I was like, so you,
no, it wasn't.
so then I was like,
Fucking asshole.
okay, so how do you start it? And he's like, oh, well, with a battery. I was like, okay, so it's not a perpetual motion machine. He's like, well, you got to start it with like a battery. I was like, no, a perpetual motion machine does not require.
He's technically right. You could start a perpetual motion machine with a battery. A perpetual motion machine doesn't, in theory,
it does not require external energy.
It doesn't
source.
require an external energy source to keep going. That's the. But
what's-
so what I'm saying is, it's possible that he's right on that part. However, the rest of it's nonsense. So he's got one little sliver of possible fucking not bullshit.
I don't think there's a sliver
I
there. either.
agree. I agree. But what I'm saying is, there's that slight sliver. But anyway, so he's told me that. He said that he seen fucking like giants in the fucking Smithsonian. They're like 12 feet tall. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no, you haven't. You've never been to the Smithsonian. He's like, I saw it in a paper. I'm like, what paper? And then I found it. It's on a fucking satire website. And I'm like, you believe anything, don't you? So he's one of those guys that's kind of gullible, and at the same time, then on top of it, believes all of it. You know, like he's his own perpetual motion machine of bullshit.
You know, coincidentally, not to throw you too off track, but Slight Sliver was also the name of my vagina in 8th grade.
What?
Slight Sliver.
Okay.
Just, you know.
Oh, that's weird.
That's odd.
It's
that you would
really
bring that
weird.
up. I mean, that was the actual.
Tim,
that was
yeah,
today's word.
Yeah, we know. Anyway.
9th grade, too, I think.
But so he's gone through that and all this shit, right? And then just recently, I remember it was like a couple years ago, he messages me and he's like, dude, I just woke up and I could play arpeggios on a guitar. I've been playing guitar since I was, I don't know, 14, right? So
now is the point in the show where Shane starts tooting his own horn.
that's the thing. That's the thing. I don't at all.
Of course not.
When it comes to that shit, at all,
No.
ever.
As you do it right now. How long have you
No,
played?
I've been playing since I was 14, so
Yeah.
I know how hard arpeggios are.
Yeah.
They're not easy. You can't just wake up and play them.
Well, your buddy can. So
And then he showed me, and I go, none of that is an arpeggio. Nothing you're playing is an arpeggio. And then he messaged me like 2 days later. He's like, I meant hammer-on pull-offs. I'm like, no, you meant arpeggios because you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. And I was like, sure, you can play some hammer-on, which it's fine. But if that's all you're doing, it's boring. It bores the shit out of me. It's just not. I don't know. First off, I've watched the videos that he sent me, and he literally just uses 3 fingers, right?
yeah.
And just plays the same thing. And he goes, I can play any song. And then what he does is he'll play like Dragon Force. He's like, I'm as good as Dragon Force. And then he'll play like a little bit of fucking hammer-on and pull-offs throughout.
That's the impossible song on Guitar Hero for those who don't know.
But that's the thing. You
The
can't even
Through
play
the
it on
Fire and
Guitar
Flames.
Hero. And I don't think you just woke up and were a virtuoso.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This isn't a fucking movie. You're not. What is that? Phenomenon?
Rudy?
You're not that guy. You're not. What? Rudy wasn't even. Rudy didn't even just wake up. He's more Rudy than that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's more of that.
There we go.
Or radio.
He believes
Remember
in-
radio?
Yeah. but what I'm
He's a
saying though.
retarded black man.
But, well, that's the half of it's right. But
The good half of the bad half.
I love how that's ambiguous.
Someone posed that question recently, because I'd asked it before. Is like, have you ever seen a black person with Down syndrome?
Yeah, we've said that on here.
Yeah, and so someone replied.
No.
replied to that as well,
I mean,
no,
yes, one.
God
two.
doesn't like to punish people twice.
Well, it's the same thing with like Chinese. You never see Chinese Down syndrome kids.
Because they already.
I knew I'd get you on this one.
I gotta back that one up a bit. 'Cause we're gonna get canceled even before we get to episode 104.
But so back to the whole
Sorry,
nonsense.
sidetrack.
No, it's fine. I don't have a problem with a little bit of tangents. I mean, Kevin, you've seen this stuff too, right? I mean, where
Yeah.
he said, and the thing is, if he just comes, he comes at it in the wrong way, going, I can play better than any guitarist that you've ever heard of, and then
I doubt he really said that.
You know,
word for
that's-
word.
word for fucking word.
That's actually
Word
what
for
he
fucking
calls
word.
It's pretty wild.
It's
man.
crazy.
Yeah.
When you only have one skill on the guitar.
Well-
and it's to play 3-note hammer-ons and then pull off every once in
Well,
a
it
while.
sounds to me it's not just only this, but
Oh,
Other
he
other
does this in a
aspects
lot
of
of things.
things.
I mean, he told me that when he was our lead singer of our punk band that he could win American Idol. And I go, you're not the best singer in the band.
yeah.
I was like, we're friends. This is why all of us are playing our own instruments and doing our own thing in it. That's the whole idea. We're just having fun.
Ah.
Now you having this weird fucking diva complex automatically, which is crazy. I'm like, we're a punk band.
Does he get a lot of poon?
I don't know that he. I mean, he's been
Ask
with
him.
he's been with the same chick forever.
Been with her
Oh, so he's
yeah,
not drowning
same
in
for
it.
a long time.
No, I mean,
He would say he is?
I'm sure he would. Yeah, actually.
Because that's
Because
typically the same
I remember
avenue.
he's also told me he's God's gift to fucking.
Yeah.
So
well, there you go.
I-
As he was fucking you?
Yeah, it was
I
mid.
told you, bro.
It was mid coitus. But
Checking himself in the mirror like American Psycho.
I only came twice.
But no, that's the thing. Like, he's told me the same shit like that. And the thing is, I think we've all known somebody that's like this, that over exaggerates everything, but also believes it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, not me, but
so that's okay. Fine. Then me and Kevin know people
Oh
like
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I knew a guy in my neighborhood. We used to call him Marcos Man, the Vancouver Vagrant, because every time we saw him,
Jesus, that's
he
a lot
had
of title.
He had just gotten into a new fight with like 12 different
Oh,
people
yeah.
that jumped him,
See,
and he beat all of
come
them
on.
up like Batman.
You've known that guy before, then, right?
the fighter guy?
The guy that fights and beats everybody
Well,
up.
this guy could actually do it.
Yeah. Well, this
Okay,
guy,
Have you ever known the guy that says lots of things and never has proven it?
Sure.
No, Shane. Never.
Oh, so it's Tim. It's Tim.
Never. No, I'm that guy, apparently.
You are that guy. That's you.
It's no one else in the room. It's me.
It's not. What have I? What?
Nothing.
Well, we knew another guy like that.
We know,
you.
Kevin.
Well, we knew another.
This inside joke's gonna go forever.
We knew another guy like that back in the day too. remember Chris.
Oh yeah, Chris was definitely like
but
that.
Chris was
But
a
Chris
bit
was
different
different,
too.
though.
He
wasn't to exaggerate and over exaggerate.
he would make up stories.
He would just 100%.
like, or he would steal
I know
stories
that
that other
type, yeah.
people told and make them his own.
He told my story in the car ride with me in the fucking driver's seat. My story. I had this story where I would skateboard at Tualatin, and there was one trick that every time I had a cigarette in my mouth, I would fucking land it. It just happened every single time. And I was like, this is cool. It was nollie backside flip over
Do you know
the
how
pyramid.
wire
down.
how
And
that
I
is?
think I remember
Huh?
you telling
There's
me
an
that,
actual
that
science
story.
behind
I'm
that.
sure there is.
They do it with pistol shooting in the Olympics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you'll ever see a pistol shooter in the Olympics, they're always either got
Are you
their
making things
No,
up?
I'm totally legitimately saying they'll put their hand in their pocket and they got this relaxed stance. It's like, oh, man, they're doing it so nonchalant, but that's the purpose of it.
But yeah, but this
Slows
is
your heart rate.
This is
it
the-
relaxes your body and it gets your focus more.
Oh,
So
That's
this
why
is the,
you're doing
it.
but this is the one trick. Any other trick I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
But this
you're
is
not
the one
overthinking it with a cigarette
right?
in your mouth. You're thinking
Yeah.
about the cigarette in your mouth.
Yeah. So anyway, so I did that, and then Chris comes into the car. We're driving to somewhere. I don't remember where. I just remember him telling the story. He starts out the story, and it's like two people in the car that he's normally not around, and two people I know pretty well. And then he starts telling, or maybe we both knew him, or whatever it was, right? But he starts telling the story, and he's like, yeah, so I ride bikes, and I did, there's this trick. I was like a 360, and like could never land it unless I had a cigarette in my mouth. And then I just looked at him, and I go, that's my fucking story, dude. You're telling my, no, he's like, no, this happened. Chris, you didn't fucking ever say anything about this until I told that story, strangely enough. Now it's all of a sudden your story? It's like, you're a fucking douchebag.
And then the bitch
Yeah.
started sucking
Oh.
his dick, and you're all like, motherfucker.
so
Well,
like, no,
the thing
he-
is, I'm not saying it because I'm like, oh, I want my dick sucked. I'm saying it because I'm like,
He was,
that's
though.
what, yes, 100%.
So, okay,
You're right.
he also
I think
did-
half of his motivation was probably that.
So he did a similar thing at a bar, and he told one of Tyler's army stories for when Tyler was in the military. And the thing is, the two
Dude, you
guys he
never
was
served.
well, wait, the
No,
two
he never
guys.
did.
No, he didn't. But the two guys he was sitting with just so happened coincidentally to be two guys that were in Tyler's unit. And they go, wait a minute, this sounds familiar. And they call up Tyler. And then Tyler shows up to the bar and appears behind Chris while he's telling all the all this bullshit
All
stories.
those war stories.
Yeah,
Dude.
and Tyler confronted him right there.
It's 100% sounds like what Chris would have
It's,
done.
Oh, yeah.
It's wild. Now that you mentioned it, it's wild to see how they react. When a narcissist or a liar gets called out, how they react to it is priceless. Because they'll be, no, I fucking did. And they get pissed. And their
well-
way of winning is like, I'll bet you right now.
Yeah, yeah. And
You
you're
see that
like,
one a lot. It's like,
how are we
I'm-
going to
yeah.
bet on something that I wasn't there for,
Yeah,
and
right.
neither were you, technically?
Yeah. So there's no way to prove it or disprove
Yeah.
it. Just that
Well,
they're lying.
that's the other thing. So, like, back to Jake on this. Jake, he's told me now that he's coding for games. He's almost done with 3 games. He also told me, so this is another thing that he told me that was crazy. So I play a flight sim, and they've been working on that game since 2013, right? So they've been building, and they had a flight sim before that they, I think took lessons from and then put it into this new one.
Okay.
He's telling me he could make that entire game in a day.
Oh.
And I'm like, they've been working on it for 10 years. Right now on this version.
Well, yeah, because he takes the disc and copies it.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, he made a game.
But he's telling me that he could do I could make all, and fine, prove it. I don't that's the thing. He's like, well, and he told me before I stopped talking to him that, well, because his last thing he said, he's like, oh, I'm going to get back to work coding. I'm like, cool. I was like, that maybe the next time we can have a conversation that's not so aggravating and delusional. And then I didn't hear from him until I showed up here, and apparently the second I said his name, he likes to text. It's fucking weird.
No, we had a coworker that was like that.
Yeah.
Softball player.
Ah, yes.
I
I
God's
remember-
gift to softball.
I remember a story he told me. He
Jesus.
told me a story about.
We got 2 of them actually.
Well, he told me a story about a gun that he had, and
Oh.
I'm like, "You're talking to the wrong guy if you're gonna bullshit me," because I've been into the gun. stuff for a long time.
got that gun.
I'm like, you have to, So he's like, oh, I have a full auto AK, but it's in Portland. I'm like, well, that's odd. You don't live in Portland or have a Portland address.
my brother does.
And he's like, my dad has it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
he's got like 6 dads and
I'm
20
like,
brothers.
I'm like, okay, so your dad has it. Your dad's class 3 holder of some sort. No. Okay, so how did it? We built it. I'm like, well, you built it illegally? What? I don't know what you're telling me.
How did you
No,
build
it's
it?
legal. I'm like, it's not real, right? Because this is not real. It's not real.
This is made up, right?
Yeah, this is 100% made up. Or did you leave it on a map that you had in a game that happened to be in Oregon?
It was plated in gold.
He built it in his mind
He's
palace.
like, I have a mod of Oregon Trail, and I have an AK in it. I'd be like, that's more believable.
Not even that.
I know, but I would be like, all right, I mean, it's feasible.
I could see that possibly.
But yeah, I mean, he's trying to tell me, like, I'm like, first off, in Washington State, you can't buy fully automatics. I mean, there's grandfathered in ones, but that's neither here nor there. And he can't purchase an AK in Oregon as a Washington resident unless he has an Oregon residence.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way he could deal with it that way. And, like, just
so
everything
he
said.
found a whole bunch of loopholes to a story, and each one of them went through the
but
wrong.
the problem
that was a lie.
is him telling me when I know that there's certain things that you have to do first.
Right.
In order to have this legal firearm.
Well, he
He's trying to tell me there was a legally
he also
owned
trained
one.
as a bouncer in Japan.
Of course.
You know?
Probably with Steven Seagal.
Yeah, well, probably. I mean, that's the thing about this guy. Or the one, we probably said this story before about the other guy who killed a cougar with a fucking crossbow while fucking his girlfriend over a stone in the middle of the dark at 60 yards.
Still my favorite.
Shot him in the pupil.
My favorite story of his.
You got to do his voice. You got to do his voice.
I can't. I can't. That's your
Are
thing.
you talking about the bar fight?
No.
It takes a real man.
My favorite story that he ever told me was, so I watched a thing on the History Channel like a week before he tells me this story, and they're talking about like going deeper into the Earth's core, right?
Yeah.
And they're like for every 100 or every 1,000 feet you go down, it's another 10 degrees warmer. Well, he tells me, he's like, yeah, last weekend I went 2 miles under the earth and fucking was cliff diving. And I'm like, wow, that's weird because that's like 110 degrees warmer than the surface?
Yeah.
Not to mention in stale air that's complete shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you went
2
cliff
miles.
diving 2 miles under the earth. How
Called
did
it
you know?
2
Did you
miles.
have an altimeter?
You sure
They
fucking
didn't
did.
even go that deep in the descent.
No, we drove our car down there.
Yeah.
That's how I do. I check the odometer on my car.
I climbed down.
In my car. Because it was at the bottom.
My car's a transformer.
It had a parachute in it.
You know
I
that
drove
movie,
off
The
fucking-
Core? That was based on my life.
Yeah, it's fucking odd. I just don't get it. I met the mole people. Like, what?
You are a mole.
Like, but I after he tells me, I'm like, I just watched a thing. I mean, like, what are the odds that I would
They
watch?
probably
something-
watched the same damn thing, and it's not.
So here's the thing. I think his is different than the other guy, right? I think his comes from probably a real place, right? And it's so over exaggerated for no reason.
yeah, it's not cool enough unless there's some extremes
Yeah,
involved.
yeah. So my guess would be something like I went wading in a pool in a cave.
They went down to the potholes, or
Right?
something
And
like
that sounds dumb. So you go, well, how is this going to make me look cool? The other guy, I think, just fucking says anything.
Yeah, because again, it's one of those things where nobody can prove that he's wrong.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, the guy Chris that we know, he's the guy that does it to try to be cool.
Yes, he
Yeah.
tries to fit in
You
places.
know.
so,
And then
you
I
know.
then I realized like where it came from. His dad's like I guess a super alcoholic. His mom would do a lot of fucked up shit while he was
probably
gone.
got some multiple personality.
Well,
shit.
his mom
Well,
would
wasn't his dad also military?
Yeah, his mom would
Yeah.
do a lot of fucked up shit while he was in the military doing stuff.
She's
and then
sleeping around and shit like
I
that.
don't know what she was. I don't even see how. I've seen her. I don't see how.
If it's a warm hole, dude.
I know this is why I don't understand guys as much. I'm like, I don't get it. Why would you do that? It's
Man, I just imagine their lives must have been awful if that was where they went.
I don't know. I mean, either that or they're like, no, we'll do it like the Hasidics are supposed to do it.
Just throw a sheet over
Fucking
a hole.
sheet over it, hole in it. That doesn't happen, but that's a rumor or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, so he grew up with that, and his like mom would lie and have him lie for
That
when he was a
sucks.
little
Yeah,
kid.
That's not easy.
So I think that became like this second nature to get what he wanted.
Right.
Like he saw that that's how she got what she wanted. This is how I get what I
Well,
want.
that's a good assessment.
And so
You're probably 100% correct. on that.
probably, I mean, like I listened to Loveline.
I mean,
Tim.
it's surprising
That's what it was.
how
listening to
people's
Loveline.
upbringings, mold them into who they are today.
100%. I think that yes, obviously there's nature, there's your genetics because they've taken studies with twins that have been separated from birth,
Right.
and then their personalities are very similar.
Corsican twins, they felt each other's pain.
Which ones?
The Corsican twins. I remember that.
I don't know who those are.
That's a
Cheech and
Cheech and Chong
Oh,
movie.
or the twins in fucking what is it? G.I. Joe. Those guys did the same thing.
Oh.
They were on Cobra.
Oh.
You don't remember them?
No, I never watched it.
They wore the fucking same outfit as Cobra, but the Cobra Commander,
I'm sorry.
but they didn't have the face mask,
Sorry.
and they had identical opposite birthmarks. I think. Can't remember.
Oh, good for them.
You don't remember that fucking show, G.I. Joe?
I remember a little bit of it when I was a kid.
Why don't you fucking add something to this?
We're
God damn it,
talking-
Kevin!
We're talking 40 years ago, Shane.
Yeah.
Stop it. That
I haven't
hurts.
watched G.I. Joe since I
That-
was little.
That hurts.
Well, it's real. It's what it sucks.
Now I need.
Got to get
I need
tough.
Tim.
Go,
Tim,
Joe.
Can you get me some Metamucil?
I have some.
God damn it!
I've got 2 big fucking buckets of it, dude. Drink every night because I got to keep myself, regular, as they call it.
Wow.
And that's not
But-
helping me at all.
All right, Kevin.
There's another one.
Touche.
Well
I like
played.
it. That's
played.
a very well played one.
I love that one.
Oh man, but yeah, it was like just that. That's where I think that came from, and then he would constantly try to tell us things that, like, I remember one time he told me, because we played airsoft, right?
Mm-hmm.
So playing airsoft, he told me, he's like, dude, so I just got this new fucking airsoft gun. It's an electric TMP, and I'm like, well, that's weird. They don't even make a gas one, and I've never seen an electric one. Right, and this is in like the fucking early 2000s, right? And they have one now. No, like the airsoft wasn't big enough to where they could make all these weirdly obscure guns, right? It was big enough to where you could make the guns that were main guns in video games, and people would be like, "Yeah, I'll buy that." Right?
Or you get the Walmart brand that's see-through.
That was not a.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, you're
Those
right. There
were
were some
around.
see-through ones at the
Yep.
time. That's actually, I think, what broke Josh's glasses.
Yes, it was one of those the single shot ones.
I
You know,
fucking told
Yeah.
this guy. Josh, our friend Josh, comes over to play airsoft with us, and he's wearing his glasses. He's like, "Yeah, I just bought these like couple days ago." And I'm like, "You should really get something to put over those so you don't get
Yeah.
them broken." He's like, "Nah, they'll be fine."
And I think
like
this was like
prescription glasses?
Yes,
yeah,
prescription
and I think
glasses.
this was like 5 minutes before this happened.
Yes,
too.
it's literally
Yeah.
5 minutes. I'm telling him 5 minutes before, and then all of a sudden, one shot, one BB right into the fucking bottom of the glasses, and just cracks the whole fucking thing
Yeah.
all across.
Oh, but his parents were pissed.
Well, the funny thing is, I go, "Dude, I told you that would happen." You're like, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah, he was pissed, but he wasn't all that pissed because he straight up fucking.
Well, he knew. He
Knew that
knew.
it
We
could
told him
happen.
right off the bat.
Right.
So, but Chris told me he had this TMP. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. Can I see it?" "Oh, I can't get it right now." I'm like, "Why?" Well, I thought you
Of course
said
you
you
can.
had it. Well, it's at my storage unit. UPS brought it to my storage unit
What?
Yeah, because they do that.
because that's a thing that doesn't happen at all.
I've
Oh.
never heard of that.
No,
Never ever have I heard
brought
of
it to a storage unit,
Right.
And then, of course, it's not real. I mean, another thing he did is, fuck. Okay, so like one of the first times he played airsoft with this big group that we had, my friend Jeff brought over. He just got a new para ordnance, 1911 airsoft version, but it looked almost identical to the real thing.
Oh, that's
Had
cool.
almost identical weight and everything, and he was super proud of this fucking thing. He loved it, and he just got it. It's like fucking amazing, right? Goes missing.
Oh,
Goes missing like hour into us playing airsoft,
I'd be so pissed.
right? And then we're just sitting there like fucking trying to look for it. I mean, it's at this is at my parents' house, and it was
Oh, so you weren't in a field or something like that?
No,
where some,
no, this
some rando could have grabbed it.
No, this is 2.5 acres at my parents'
Yeah.
house. So it's 2.5 acres to try to find this thing, and we're like, we couldn't find it in the fields or none of that shit. And then all of a sudden, right at the end, right before everyone's ready to leave, Chris somehow finds it in this pile of burlap sacks, but like right in the middle of it.
Tucked in there,
not where
yeah.
you would normally find something that fell behind something. It wouldn't work
Yeah,
itself into the
obviously
middle of it.
Someone intentionally put it.
It was
in there.
100%
Oh, yeah.
Chris.
Oh, Chris found it.
Oh, Chris
he
is the one
found
that
it,
stole
He's
it.
the one that stole it.
What
Yeah.
a piece of shit.
And I guarantee you what would have happened is he would have come and talked to me like a half hour after they left. He would have been like, "Hey, so check this out." And I'd be like, "Oh, the thing that's not yours? You want me
Yeah.
to check out?"
Yeah.
The whole reason I'm not friends with that guy anymore is because he came over one day. I had a $200 knife that was sitting in my room, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
he came over.
that motherfucker had sticky fingers. He stole from everybody.
And so I was,
I know the type.
Well,
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
remember him saying, so I would never do that to you. You could kick my ass. I was like, Yeah, but you would still do that to me.
Right.
Yep.
And I could
Yep.
still kick your ass.
Yep.
But he was so scared. I made him cry once.
Oh.
Oh, I was there for that. He had him hiding in my bathroom.
It was hilarious.
He was blocking the door, not letting so that nobody could get in because he was so terrified that Shane was going to whoop his ass.
So
And I would have let him do it in the house too.
he bought a car from
got
me,
him.
and I was like, dude, you got to get this fucking thing out of my name, and you got to go get your title done, right? Now I fucked up. I should have gone in too and did my part. I didn't, but he he's the one that bought the car. Go get the fucking title changed over so you can fucking get it out of there, right?
Yeah.
And knowing that he does a lot of stupid shit, I don't want that coming back to me.
Yeah.
And so I told him, look, dude, you need to fucking get this done. It's not complicated. You bought it for $1,000. You're gonna pay $300 and fucking it's done, right? And that's maximum.
Take
Right.
you like half an hour.
Yes.
You
You
write him
know?
yeah.
So, and then he just started talking shit or something.
Something like
But
that.
I was super pissed because I've been asking for weeks and weeks and weeks.
And he was also, I remember he was making excuses why he couldn't have
Yeah,
done it
and I'm
all
like,
this other
dude,
shit.
you don't do anything all day.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And so I just said something like, dude, I should fucking beat your ass right now. And he's like, ugh. And then he ran inside
He went
Kevin's
into the
house.
and he fucking
Locked himself in the bathroom,
He
and
was
then-
literally sitting up against
Yes,
the door,
and then
so nobody
sat
could
against
open
the
it.
door. And then his mom showed up, and Chris had already, I think, didn't he come out and hand me the key to give me the car back?
Something like that. I remember you had gotten the key.
He handed it
Somehow,
to me, though. He
and-
directly handed it
Yeah,
to me.
okay.
It was one of those, like, here, fine, you take it then. Some
and-
shit like that.
And then his mom shows up, and then she tried to
yeah, she
like,
got in the car.
get into
and
the
just sat in
driver's
there.
seat.
No, she just sat. Well,
Then
no,
she got
no,
in the driver's seat at one point.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got into the passenger
Yeah,
seat
yeah,
and you
I
put
got-
your feet up. You're like, where are we going?
Yeah, I go, where are we going? I was like, this is my car. I've
Because
got
she was
the key.
trying to take the car home.
Because I had the key. I'm like, why are you in this car? It's mine. And then the cops show up, and the cop's like, he gave you the key? I'm like, yeah. He's like, it's your car.
Yeah.
I was like, look, I'm going to give it back, but I just thought it was fucked up, dude. Just get it fucking done.
Yeah, it was still in your name at the time, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
100% it
technically,
was in my name.
By law, it was your
I
car.
guarantee the registration in the fucking glove box still had my
It
signature
probably
on it.
did.
So, yeah. No,
It was a really funny day.
but yeah, no, I'm no longer friends with that guy. I couldn't take the bullshit, the constant lying. Like, Jake's is a little different because he believes everything that he says.
Uh-huh.
That's the problem there with Jake is like, it's like when you know somebody when they see a ghost, but you're like, dude, we can actually explain that or something. You know,
Right.
like say that it's something that you're like, well, the way you're saying it sounds obvious. Like this is so. Here's the other crazy thing that Jake just said to us. Did he tell you this part where he said that? So he told me he's like, dude, 3 weeks ago I got scammed by or somebody tried scamming me, like a famous chick, and I'm like,
no,
okay.
I hadn't heard this.
And he's like, yeah, this, but so I messaged her directly then, like the real person, and then like we started talking and became friends, and like
Nev Campbell.
no, and then he's like, so I asked my girlfriend, I was like, can I see how far I can take this? And she's like, yeah, it's cool. And then so I just kept fucking going, and like this chick wanted me to go and be on tour with her as like her boy toy and shit. And I'm like, Jake, you're getting scammed twice. What the fuck is wrong with you? He's like, no, I got it verified. I'm like, how do you get it verified?
There you go.
He's like, well, my son and then this other kid said that, yeah, this is legit. And I'm like, your electronic forensic son?
But how did they
What the fuck are
verify it exactly?
The same way he did, which is crazy. It's crazy. It's so delusional. Her name's Alexandra
Daddario?
Yeah.
The actress?
Yes, he said that he was like, oh, sure, she's going to fuck me. I'm like, what are you talking
No,
about?
she can't because she's with me, dude. That fucking bitch.
But I'm like,
Oh,
for-
I'm
and-
gonna
I
give her
actually
a
know
text
who that
message. I'm
is.
gonna text her right now.
well, that's the thing. So he
bullshit.
sent me the picture of the screenshot of her talking to him, and I'm like, I have no idea who that is. I don't know who
She was
is.
in. She's been in a few movies.
I know, but the movies he mentioned, I'm like,
there
I've
she
never
is
seen
right
them.
there.
I've never seen them.
I know
I
she
love
was
her
in.
eyes. She's so
yeah,
gorgeous.
beautiful eyes. Yeah,
Yeah.
see, she was in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. I think she was in some other TV show. She's in a new show.
The White
It's like-
Lotus.
She's in
Yeah.
Jake's fucking.
She was in the first White Lotus.
she's in this
she's-
new show.
she's in Jake's DMs.
apparently.
Well, yeah. Who wouldn't be?
Yeah, wait,
Golly,
wait,
she
wait.
is
What
just
tour?
beautiful.
No, I don't know about
She's
tour.
an
I
actress.
just meant like what I meant to say in that was just when she was traveling.
Oh,
You know, but I'm like, dude. First off, she's got a husband that's in the fucking movie industry. So that's part of it. And I'm not saying people don't cheat, but people, but not with a random guy in Idaho living in the hills. I'm sorry. I'm like, dude, you've lived out under those whatever microwaves you're living under for far too long. So, yeah, I mean, look, and Kevin, if you want to, you can go ahead and bleep the name Jake throughout this.
I say don't. See where it goes.
God, that's a lot of bleeps.
Yeah, but and the thing is, like I said, I like Jake. I'm friends with him. Been friends with
That's
him
what I'm saying. Her
forever.
eyes are just fucking stunning.
I know, right?
They're piercing.
Yeah. But apparently she's crazy,
she's
and she
gorgeous.
tried to break him and his girlfriend up.
She's got
And
a
I'm
weird,
like, no, she didn't.
got a weird scalp though.
It's like, wait, on the internet, people can just put photos on an account and say that they're
Well,
someone.
he said that
and
they were all from the official account. And I'm like,
that
dude,
means nothing.
I was like, first off, that it does mean nothing because they usually have media managers.
Yeah, and also the official account. All someone has to do is copy,
Yeah, it's
download
it's
the
not
picture,
complicated.
put it on a new
Yeah,
account, and boom.
Yeah,
What?
it's not complicated.
No. Like I said, I've been talking to her on Twitter and TikTok.
No, I get it.
Oh, so
look,
it must be her.
Well, I got a new friend that I follow. Actually, he followed me back. Was no, it's Jim
Oh.
Belushi. Not even kidding.
Oh, so he's in there tweeting from the grave.
Well,
Oh,
James.
wait, his brother,
His
Jim
brother,
Belushi.
yeah.
Oh yeah, not. Never mind.
Yeah,
never
your
mind.
best
I mixed
friends,
them up.
I know.
mixed them
No,
up.
he's cool as fuck, dude. With his pot farm and all that, he's always posting shit about
yeah.
his weed
I
farm.
forgot that he got heavily into the weed farming
Yeah,
thing.
he's doing really well
Him
with
and
it.
Mike
You know,
Tyson.
we go way back, him and I.
So, but yeah, he tells me all about this shit, and then I'm like, Jake, I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. Look,
I don't
I
buy
get
it.
that you believe it, and that's fine. Believe
That's
what
what
you
you gotta
want.
tell him. Is like, I have no doubt in my mind that you believe that.
No, I told him.
That's
that.
all
I
you
go-
have to say.
I go, I have no doubt that you believe that this is 100%
And-
true.
and-
And then I go, I remember the time though that your dad got some mail that probably was from a Nigerian prince or something,
Right.
And it said that if they did certain things, they'd get $1 million. And I was like, Jake, that's a scam.
Right.
It's a scam. He's like, well, this chick, she didn't ask me for any money. I was like, it's probably a long con. Either that or
Yeah.
it's somebody that's like, I like fucking with people online.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is those as well.
Send me your dick pics.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and a lot of these.
And then I'll post them on this
and
website
so,
that I have.
So there's a lot of these
Blackmail
scams.
you and-
What they'll do is they'll do that, and then they'll say, hey, I'm gonna need to send this to you, but I need you to send $150 so that I can get it through customs over here.
Yeah.
So I can get it sent over
And it's
there.
like, well,
and
if
blah,
you
blah,
already
blah.
have this $1 million, then you do the $100.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
come down and
here.
visit, but I need a plane ticket.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
that's the thing.
Or I
It's
can't
like,
afford rent this month.
yeah,
or
yeah.
something, you know?
And the thing is, I'm like, dude, look. If it's real, fine,
Yeah.
but you gotta fucking show some proof. You can't just say, "Well, it says verified account." And I'm
That
like,
means
okay,
nothing.
that doesn't mean anything.
I got my oldest brother on Facebook was asking me to send him $1,000 or something like that. I'm like, no, dude, I hate your guts. I mean, I don't. He's my real brother. My real brother I love. But I knew what was going on because hey, did you win your 30,000? I'm like, yeah, I did, dude. It was great.
Well, and that's the thing.
God is good. And he started playing that role and all that shit. Okay, yeah, we're Christian now all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Apparently.
but that's the thing that it's not that complicated to hack something
No.
and
Or
spoof
just
it.
spoof it.
And this
yeah.
is they're just. I guarantee you, this wasn't even a hack. This was just
It's
somebody
spoofed account.
made the account.
He said,
and,
yeah, but
know,
they sent it for 3 different social media accounts. One of them was the one that they scam on all the time, Telegram.
boom.
Telegram is like the number one scam.
Oh,
They
yeah.
go, hey, do you have a Telegram? No.
Yeah.
Oh, you should download it. We should chat on
Yeah,
there.
I fucking hate that too, dude.
But, yeah, and-
that drives me nuts. They
So
were doing that on my
that's one.
fucking my words game. I was getting people wanting to challenge me at the Scrabble game on my.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then
then
they're
they-
trying to scam you.
Yeah, and I'm like, you seriously, you're
Yeah.
going on a fucking a game app to scam people?
It probably works sometimes.
Isn't that fucking that's like the
Well,
that's,
that's
the
the thing. You
lowest
just
of
play the law,
lows.
the law
It's
of averages.
averages, yep.
You go, okay, for every 1,000 of these I do, I get 2 of them,
Yeah.
and it doesn't take me that much time to do
It's
1,000 of these.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's that right there. That I knew. I mean, right off the bat, it's like, who's going to challenge you? Because no one challenges you unless they know you.
Sure.
And then 2, you're going to ask me to go to some link to chat with you? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
but this happens all the
I
time.
mean,
Yeah.
she was a nice person. We had a good conversation. I mean, chat was nice.
I'm sure it was.
It didn't cost too much at the end.
I mean, I'm sure
You know?
a super nice person like
Yeah,
Ted Bundy,
yeah.
who was super nice until he wasn't.
You know, she had rent to pay as well. And
Of
I'm a God-fearing Christian. I'll help out anytime I
And
can.
Tim's like, that's why I can't pay
And
rent
she was
this month.
sending me pictures of herself. She's very pretty.
Oh, I'm sure
her
she's
skin tone
rude.
changes a lot. I know that. It's odd.
Those are the funniest scams. So I actually follow on Reddit scam. I can't remember.
Scamming the scammer.
No, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's the one. but it's hilarious.
Yeah, some of them are fantastic.
Some of them are stupid. And I'm
Catfishing
like,
the catfish.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
another
yeah.
one
Well,
they
that's what I
do.
told Jake. I go, you're getting catfished
Yeah,
by somebody
absolutely.
right after somebody tried to catfish you right before it. How do you not see this? No, I messaged her direct. I'm like, I'm
doesn't
sure you did.
matter.
It's catfish inception.
Yeah.
It just goes layer by layer
And
by
the
layer.
only way he can get out of this is if
Just
he kills
shoot himself.
That's it. It's the only way. So,
Well, we found the solution. The final solution.
so yeah, when he tells me that, but the thing that just fucking put me over the edge with him today, like I said, I don't dislike him. I just dislike this part, right? And right
It sounds
after,
to me like you enjoy it thoroughly.
well, I do because I don't mind the argument of it.
Yeah, you enjoy a good tate-tate.
Well, and I don't have a problem.
Tate-tate.
How many like crazy people can you
tit for
argue
tat, no?
with, and you're like not worried they're gonna stab you? Like
Yeah.
crazy people,
Well.
you know. Like you don't do this to a homeless guy on the corner.
No.
No, you do this to your friend in Idaho.
Right.
It's so much better. So, but the thing that threw me like just over the edge is that when he came back after saying that, he's like, "Oh no, you don't believe me? You know, just ask Kevin about my guitar playing. You know, I'm the best player in the world."
Should
And I'm
have
like,
sent him a video of you and Kevin going, "You suck."
"Well, he can watch his fucking."
I
thing.
just
It's
asked
not,
Kevin.
and that's the thing. It's not that he sucks. This is the problem that I have with his fucking approach to it. His approach to it is, I'm the best ever, and then not living up to that.
Ah, come on, you gotta
Well,
appreciate at least
and-
his confidence.
His moxie.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
the thing
No,
is,
I don't
and-
appreciate that at all. I don't. I appreciate people that are within a few degrees of how good they are.
You like
know what I
humility,
mean?
but also confidence.
I don't have a problem with that. That
In
sounds
dudes,
fine.
I
Yeah.
get it.
Well,
Yeah.
look. Regardless
Yes,
of how
Deb.
good someone may be,
Gotta be tall and
anybody,
handsome and
regardless of how good someone may
shoulder-length
be,
hair.
someone claiming
Doesn't
that
have
they
to be
are the
shoulder length.
Something to hold on to. Shane.
regardless of how good someone is, if someone claims they are the best in the world,
It drives me nuts.
that's how can you possibly know that?
Well,
Like,
he told me that he's better than Dragon Force, and I'm like, no, you're not. I told him that like my favorite guitarist is this guy Chris Norris, who used to play for Darkest Hour, and you know then he started his own side project. But he's an amazing guitarist.
Yeah.
He learned theory at I can't remember the college that he went to, but it was one of the high end fucking music colleges.
Clark.
Yes, it was Clark College.
They've got a great music program.
Yeah.
There's no getting around it.
I'm sure they have enough money for chairs.
It's renowned.
But anyway, so he came from learning theory and like all this shit. Like he plays insane arpeggios and just fucking
Yeah, you
great
sent me
to
a couple
listen
of his
to.
songs.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
just
good.
great to listen to.
Talented
right?
individual.
And then he's like, "I'm better than that," and I'm like, "Jake, you're not better than that. Stop it."
I would really like to
This
see these conversations. See how much you boil over.
I fucking do.
Like that cartoon where the
I'm-
red just keeps going up your neck until it's.
I punch
there.
the. I'm like that. I'm like those school thermometers that say
Yeah.
goal.
yeah,
That's what I mean. Just so you get
I'm
steamed
like,
and
oh, it's
stewed.
$100 more, and I'm fucking gonna kill something.
Say something, motherfucker. Say it.
Oh, dude, and that's the part that drives me nuts. Is there's no.
Let him have it, dude.
No, well, yeah, but I can't.
I know you can.
There's no ability to look at your. There's no self-assessment in this at all, and that's something that is always driving me nuts about people that do this. Like I've had people that like maybe he's even done the same thing with like video game. Oh, I could kill you on this video game. I'm like, maybe I don't know.
Bet.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I remember telling me that he was better at Counter-Strike than me, and I was like, you're not better than at. No, that's not a thing. I was like, first off, I've been kicked for hacking, and I've never hacked.
Yeah, no, that's a badge of honor, is what that is.
I know. I was like, oh, cool. I can't get back onto this server ever again. Well, I went in and I fucking.
Someone got angry.
Well, I got angry after it because I was like, they were playing my favorite map. It was Oil Rig. I love that map. But I went on and played the map, and I just fucking annihilated their entire team. And the admin's like, this guy's hacking. I'm like, I'm not hacking.
How?
And then he's like, out of here. I'm like, "Yeah, what? So I was like, Jake, first off, I was definitely better than you. Like, you played fine, but I was better than you.
Right.
But he's like, oh, I could beat you. And I'm like, well, we can't really prove it. We have one fucking computer because he was living with me at my parents' house at the time. And I'm like, the only reason you play Counter-Strike is because you're here. Had you been anywhere else, you wouldn't be playing it. Why would you think that you could catch up to me?
Because he's that good, dude.
I know, that's the thing. That's the thing that drives me nuts about him and other people that do that shit. You know, because I mean, you've known people like that. I mean,
Oh,
I remember
for sure.
I remember the night that Tyler was crushing everybody in Mortal Kombat, and everyone was talking shit to Tyler like they were gonna beat him. Nobody could back it up. Nobody.
Yeah, he killed everybody.
And it was fucking insane. But then we find out why the next morning.
Oh yeah.
He set the settings.
Nah, he had some
Nope.
crystally substance.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a performance enhancing drug.
Yeah.
Performance enhancement.
Just on one, it's like it can help you in one fucking goal.
Yeah, you
and
get
that's
hyper
it.
focused on something.
Yeah, he was insane. He was
It didn't
crushing
help, yeah.
everyone.
And of course, we
It's
were
'cause
all
everything
smoking
else-
weed,
everything
so
else
we
is
were
slow
slowed
motion.
down. Yeah.
I was just I was stoned. Kevin was stoned. Jake was stoned. I mean, like everybody
I
in
think
the house
everybody
was
there was
stoned.
stoned but Tyler.
Tyler's on fucking liquid nitrogen, not liquid nitrogen, but just nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
I don't know the
Overdrive.
difference between nitrogen and nitrous oxide, apparently. Anyway.
Yeah, you know that sound when Vin Diesel puts
he
the nitrous
was
in there?
fucking.
That's how Tyler was.
He
the whole
was
time.
fucking revved the fuck up, and I think I was the only one that came close to beating him, and it was still not even fucking close.
No.
I think Tyler lost like 3 times throughout
Something
the night.
like that.
And we played
and
like
it
8
was-
hours straight.
Oh yeah, dude, we were playing. That
I
thing
brought my
all
PlayStation
day.
over. This was when Deadly Alliance first
That was
came
so
out.
fucking fun. I love
Oh,
those.
those
yeah.
those
I
nights
miss
were
those nights
great.
terribly.
We had like
Oh, yeah.
8 people playing fucking Deadly Alliance.
Everyone's sitting on these couches.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
it was like this
Talking
nice little
shit,
semicircle.
smoking
Oh,
weed,
dude, we were
step outside for a cigarette
talking
every now and
so
then.
much shit to
I
each other.
Fucking miss those
and,
nights so
and
much.
me wanting to punch and break the controllers
Oh, yeah.
every time Tyler fucking won. I was like, this motherfucker, I know I'm better than him at this. And then I'm sure if we played it any other time and he wasn't on that shit, it would have been a lot closer.
Yeah, it's my buddy Joe and Goldeneye. I finally beat him after 20 years. Finish her. Because I finally got it here, and
Well,
he doesn't have it, so he hasn't practiced. So I was like, let's do it right now, motherfucker.
That was another.
Laid him out.
That was another game.
Goldeneye
that-
was the
that
shit.
Jake told me he was better than me at, and I was like, fine, all right, no crosshairs, 1-shot kill.
Yep.
Let's see how good you
License to
actually
kill,
are.
that's what it
Let's
was.
see how good you are. He turned the game off because he got
Rage
so
quit.
pissed off at me.
That's the best.
I was like, dude, I thought you were better than me.
Where you going, dude?
You know,
Well,
but
since
that's
you're
the
up,
thing.
grab me another beer.
At that time, I was insanely good at first-person
No,
shooters.
Joe's brother would come. He came out one night. Him and this other guy, Chris, they had found blow dart guns and decided to start shooting each other with the fucking blow dart guns.
Hey, that sounds fun.
And
It
literally
sounds fun if it's like Spitwad style.
shot his buddy in the knee and couldn't get the dart out.
Well, yeah, because
It was stuck
probably
in
in the
bone.
bone,
I
Yeah.
remember. Okay,
And that thing got so fucking infected. It was
Dude,
crazy.
one
yeah,
night.
because it's spit and all the bacteria.
Yeah.
So one night, me and my friend got really
Sure, they
drunk.
didn't clean them.
Nope, they're
So-
just rusty needles sticking into each other. It was fucking wild, dude.
One night, a friend of mine got really drunk, and we had these 2 sides. You know, like
Like real size?
real size, but they weren't sharp. You know?
Michelangelo? No.
Yeah, Raphael.
Raphael, that's
and
right.
and we got really drunk, so each one of us took one. We just started fighting with them and beating each other with them. The next day, we were both bruised all over
Dude.
our fucking bodies, dude. It fucking
Do some
sucked.
pretty dumb shit
I-
when you're drunk or stoned.
So,
you know what I mean?
I was
Think
probably
you're invincible.
I was probably 9 when this happened, but I almost killed my friend with a sai that we made. We made it out of sticks and then fucking used duct tape to tie the corners. So it was a sai, and we were wrestling around. He was in my karate class, so we were kind of wrestling around with it. He had one and I had one, or I don't remember what he had. He might have had nunchucks or some shit, being idiots. And then we go to fucking do something, move, and we both fall, and he falls, and the corner breaks on his temple.
Ooh.
And blood just everywhere, right?
Fucking nightmare, dude.
I didn't see him again after that.
Oh, he just stopped
super.
coming around.
Yeah,
after
he
that?
fucking died.
And so I'm thinking he's fucking dead. And, then years later, somehow he meets my sister at some club. And then we message, and I'm like, oh, you're not dead. I'm like,
Jesus.
that's good to know.
I thought I
10
killed
years
you
later.
10 years ago. I mourned you, bro.
Oh, dude, I was like, what the
Dude,
fuck?
and those size, man, they fucking hit straight. They go right to the bone. So it's,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's like this deep.
Well, y'all were
fucking
stabbing
pain.
each other, too?
No, we were just hitting
Just
each
whacking?
other. Yeah, because
Just whacking each other off?
these were the
So,
they
Kevin,
weren't the
you
sharp
and
size.
your friend were whacking each other?
Yes, exactly. But the rule was no headshot.
Did it get
Kevin,
hard?
in the head.
Kevin, we already know.
Well, they started hard, bro. They started hard.
Gotcha.
Oh, man.
Usually goes limp after a couple minutes. I know that's my issue.
Okay, speaking of blood, there is something I want to get a fucking reaction out of you guys from.
Uh,
And it's brutal.
It's not a vagina.
Oh,
is
I
it?
already know. I've seen
Okay,
this.
so Kevin, if
Yeah.
you could look up Adam Johnson injury.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Well, I haven't.
So Adam Johnson, he played like 17 games
Well,
or
as a
14
hockey.
games for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He didn't end up, staying in the NHL, and in order to make money, moved to England, played in the England's, professional hockey league. This last weekend, so
Here it
a
is.
week, just a second though before you play it. What was it? On Saturday, he was skating into the zone. A player comes across, and he takes a skate to the neck.
Woo.
He's dead.
Oh shit!
So
It fucking killed him.
yeah, it killed him.
I don't
I've
even
heard
think he
stories,
got.
but I
I don't
didn't
even
know
think he
it's-
got out of the ring before he died.
No, and it's not a ring. It's
I
a
mean,
rink.
you know what I mean. The rink,
He
whatever.
He didn't even get out of the octagon.
Oh man, that's
I'm
tragic.
not a hockey
Yeah.
fan. I don't
Anyway,
fucking
so
know.
go ahead and bring the video up.
So wasn't Adam Sandler trying to stab him with a
So
hockey
I want to ask you guys.
skate?
What you think of this, and because there's a lot of debate going
know.
on about it right now.
Oh, they're calling it like
Because it's hard
intentional?
to.
Well, you got to watch it, and then you tell me if you think it's intentional.
Okay, it happens up here.
Who's our guy?
Right there. Okay, watch this.
Oh, I didn't see it happen.
I know it happens fast, so you can see all the blood there.
Look at that.
Holy shit, he got hit hard.
Okay, so
so-
go ahead
Yeah,
and
replay that. I
Okay,
didn't
so remember,
see
it
if you-
happens up over here.
Well, see if you can find the slow mo. That's an even better one.
What a
All you have to do,
fucking-
Adam Johnson slow mo. You're not gonna find it on there. That's a different website.
I know. Let's watch this one more time.
Okay,
in-
we can
in-
watch it
in
one more time
regular
instead of
speed.
doing the
Yeah.
thing that would work.
People would have.
I don't want to hear
This
why
is a different
why
video.
He enjoys.
No, it skipped over. This.
His-
It's called autoplay, you dumb fuck. You know how the internet works?
Yes,
we know, Kevin.
we know, Kevin.
Okay, watch up here.
Did
You
he
have-
fall? Did he fall on his own skate?
No, that guy right there came over and
Yeah, let's see.
you have to watch the
The,
slow
looked
mo.
like the ref came over to assist him up. I didn't see someone else go over. I mean, he got tripped. It looked like.
Yeah, slow motion is probably the best one to find.
You send him the link next time, dude.
Okay, there we
Okay,
go. That's
let's
gonna
try
be the
this
one.
one.
And the thing is,
Actually, let's do this one because this one's a little bit shorter.
okay, I don't care.
Well, this
Make
one's
sure
like
you-
2:15.
Yeah, bookmark those.
All right, so
Zoom in.
here you go.
Everyone. Today we are.
Oh,
dancing
his
in
leg went up,
music
didn't it?
accident.
Way up.
Looked like the dude kicked him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that
I
That's
didn't
a-
see that.
that's why I want you guys to watch this and then say
we go.
in slow mo, and I want you to tell me what you think. Do you
He
think that
pushes
this is
past the ref, jumps in the air, and kicks him in the fucking throat.
Yeah.
yes?
That right.
So-
wow.
What do you think on this?
That wasn't
You-
a trip. That was not a check. That was a jump kick.
It looks. I mean, the thing is, the more you watch it, the more it's like, is this intentional or not?
Well,
now,
yeah,
I
the
don't think
dude
he
jumped up in the
obviously,
fucking air.
Obviously, even if it's intentional, I don't think he intended to kill the guy. You know what I mean?
Probably
Like, I don't
not.
think he was like, oh, I'm
I
gonna
heard the
cut
guy
this
was
guy's
pretty
head off.
distraught after it
Oh, I'm
happened,
sure he
you know?
was because he was probably. So this is what.
Like he
So-
pushes past. No, that's another player.
Yeah.
That's not
So
a-
It's this
there's
guy right
this
here.
right here. He does clip the other guy, but the thing is, though, this is one
That looks
hockey.
like almost a jump.
well,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, but you got to remember though, his right leg does clip the other guy.
Yeah.
Right. So
but
when
did your leg
go-
kick up in the air?
Go ahead
I
and bring
mean,
it back one more time, real quick, in the slow mo. Oh,
golly,
it's already
It's
going
gonna
through
be-
it.
yeah,
What a
Okay, so if
fucking
you watch
mess,
his
dude.
right leg, the guy in red, you can see it clips the right leg of the other guy.
Yeah.
So it slows that down. So that would, if you are, so this is what one analyst that was watching it said, and it actually kind of rings true. Like, so this guy has been known to have, like, he's got the most penalty minutes, had the most penalty minutes last year or whatever, and is kind of a dirty player. You know, never anything like this, but there are times though that you're getting beat by another player, and if you're a dirty player, you're gonna, instead of going, okay, I got to regroup and try to catch up with this guy,
And you
you
get
go
him off the ice.
You go, now I need to do something that slows him down or stops him.
Yeah, that's the whole.
So if it is possible that he was leaning out with his left leg to slow him down by either clipping his leg or clipping the stick or something like that as he's coming by. The problem is when he did that, he clipped the right leg of the other guy, and that brings that leg now all the way up instead of just where it was down.
So you
below.
think
that was way
okay,
too
so wait,
way
though,
too high.
but
for
also,
something like that.
and when I first saw it, at
Not
first,
if you get clipped.
look,
I've been hitting hockey.
And one time when I saw, the first couple times I watched it, it looked almost like he may have brought that leg up to try to rebalance himself.
How many times did you come when you watched it? Fucking creep.
Several.
Yes.
But no,
If you thought there was a lot of blood on the ice, you should have seen it come on his
but
floor.
it looked like
I also have a great idea for Kevin. He's gonna Photoshop that guy Petgrave's face on Wesley Snipes' Blade character.
It's not a bad idea.
It's gonna be great.
But I originally thought maybe he was trying to rebalance himself, and then he ran into the guy.
I think it's more
That guy
likely.
came up so fast on the other side.
I think it's more likely that if it was an intentional, not the kick. You know what I mean?
Right.
He wasn't
But if
expecting to kill the guy.
No, but
I
if it
believe
wasn't,
that.
if it was an intentional move, meaning that he was trying to get his leg out there to slow the guy down to do like a knee on knee type thing,
Yeah.
which is it's an illegal move anyway. That had his right leg not clipped the other player, this would have ended with potentially an injury to him.
Are they going to change anything because of this, you think?
They've already changed things in that league. Now that it's mandated that I think at the first of the year that it's mandated that neck guards are for everything. The WHL is just mandated, I think, January 3rd or November 3rd. So this Friday. So it'd have been like 5 days
See,
ago.
Guy's got a
and then look
family,
at
I'm
this.
sure, and he wouldn't do
Oh,
this
his
sport.
his girlfriend was there.
So look, and you can
and
see in the
watched it.
comments.
She went out on the ice while he was
Well,
dying.
you can see how conflicted people are because in the comments it's like I don't get why people assume this was not intentional. That's not an accident. Anyone who claims it is garbage. Does not look like an accident to me.
Yeah.
Murdered on the ice. Like a lot of people think it was
That's
intentional.
I like how you
tragic.
said, there's a lot of conflicting
Well,
comments.
no, but
All
there
of them
is.
said he
No,
murdered
but
him.
that's on this
I know.
one. But on other ones I've seen,
Yes.
you've got people fighting over it.
And the thing is, this is one of those that the only person that knows if it was truly intentional, and I don't mean the fucking death.
Is the murderer?
Yes. But this thanks. But literally the only person that knows if that leg going out is an intentional move is the guy that did it. And literally that's the only person that could even get that person
Has
convicted.
that guy been interviewed since?
I'm sure by the police. I mean the police are investigating.
No, I mean
That is
a
murder.
public. Has he
No.
made a statement or anything like that?
No, they're not. Not that I know of. He hasn't. But even one of Adam's.
I'm sure he will have by now.
One of Adam's teammate. I doubt it. I
By
really
the time
doubt
this
it.
airs, I'm sure something will come
Well,
out.
maybe now, but yeah. But Adam Johnson's fucking one of his teammates even said, "Look, it clearly it's a fucking what was it? A tragic accident." And the thing is, this has happened before, right? Last year, a kid in I think Connecticut, 16-year-old, fell to the ice and had skate went across his neck or some shit like that, and he died.
They're that
right?
fucking sharp.
Oh yeah, they're sharp.
You have 4 blades essentially on the bottom of your feet, right? So each side, each blade is just a flat piece of metal that they hollow out essentially, right? So they take basically like if you took a rat's tail file and filed just the center of something with sharp edges at the sides. So you have basically 2 fucking knives on each skate.
Jesus.
So one blade and one blade. It's so you can start and stop from either side, right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that's why it's hollowed out in that way. And the thing is, they're fucking sharp. I had a teammate when I was playing at probably 14, 15. He ended up falling to the ice, and somebody's skate went right here and sliced it probably a 4 or 5 inch gash.
Fuck.
Right under his chin, and luckily it was the chin area, like
Yeah.
right above where the
Few
had
inches lower,
few
though.
inches lower.
Oof.
That could have been windpipe,
Yeah.
fucking carotid, anything.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I mean, Johnson was dead probably so fast.
Oh yeah.
That's so fucking
Well, you
tragic.
saw how
Yeah.
much blood was
I
coming
mean,
out
like
of it,
he
man.
almost
I mean,
fell down immediately. That's
Yeah,
how
you
much
saw
blood
him
he lost.
stumble or falter when he
Yeah.
started to get up. He
Yeah.
slipped on his own fucking blood.
Well, he might not have even slipped on it. He might have already been losing consciousness
Right.
with the amount of blood that was going.
Because I
The
heard
amount of
he
blood
was
that he had was fucking insane.
Yeah, because I
Not
heard
to
he
mention
was
his
dead
heart's
before
pumping
they
like
even.
crazy
Yeah,
already.
yeah, I heard he was dead before they even got him out.
Yeah,
the
that
ring.
well, that's
believe
what
it.
I heard too. Because I guess what happened is right after it happened, they got him out. It looks like they skated to almost center ice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all the players from both teams guarded around him in order for the fans to not see it. And then tried to do what they could. I mean, this happened to Clint. What is his name?
Eastwood?
Clint Malachuk, I think was his name. Let me see.
Man, Hey, I don't like seeing stuff like that. It's
No,
it's
I mean,
brutal,
it's
man.
it hits
brutal,
me
but
pretty bad just because someone died doing something they love. I mean,
well,
that's
and
the
the thing is, on top of it, I mean, this is him trying to make a living over in England.
That's
you
what
know?
I mean.
He's
It's like he goes into this field. I guess you could call it a field.
yeah,
Sure.
And
Yeah, he's a
an
pro
expert
hockey
at
player.
it. He's good at it, and he worked hard for it, and he did everything right. You know what I mean? He did everything right to be on the ice that day,
yeah.
and
yeah,
it fucking killed him.
And that's the thing. And the thing is, who knows? Like people saying, "Oh, a neck guard would have saved it." Possibly.
Maybe.
I mean, the neck
That's
guard.
beside the point. That's the what ifs that we don't need. Like that doesn't change anything.
No,
Dude's fucking dead.
Yeah, he's dead. He went.
That's why I asked. What are they doing now to change that? What are they doing to prevent that?
And the thing is, I think.
I
that-
mean, are we gonna see no contact hockey coming up
no,
next?
No.
Where they're gonna say you can't fucking do
No,
that?
the thing is that this has happened before. A guy named Richard Zednick in I think 2008 had it happen in Florida. He lost a lot of blood and survived it. Luckily, it also happened to a guy named Clint Malarchuk. He back in 1989, he was a goaltender for the Buffalo Sabres, and in the 4 or 5 minutes into the first period, he's got somebody coming in trying to skate in and fucking score on him. His defenseman hits that guy. That guy fucking falls. His skate comes up, and Clint, the goalie, is kind of getting down low. Well, it's just enough to where it's perfect. And
no, goalies wear a shit ton of pads though.
doesn't matter. It's right on the neck, dude.
They got pass through all that. I mean, I've
Yeah.
seen goalie masks. They go down to the fucking chest.
Doesn't matter. I know. I play goal.
Yeah, think
Right.
about how
Uh,
sharp those fucking skates are.
They're-
Unless,
they're
you know, I mean,
extremely
it's gonna-
sharp.
It's not
Yeah.
gonna cut through fucking pads and plastic.
I've had to cut through pads.
You've had a skate cut you
Yes.
through pad.
Not me. Well, maybe. It's possible. I don't remember if I've had anything.
Well, what the
cut me
fuck is
through
the
that.
point of the pads in it? It's not gonna stop anything.
It stops stuff. I'm telling you, skates are sharper than you think. But anyway, with Clint Malarchuk, he lost I think five what is it, pints
Liters.
Holy shit.
of blood. Yes, he lost 5 tons of fluid.
Gallons.
But anyway, he lost like
They
5
had to
pints.
vacuum the fucking skating rink after they were done with it.
They actually turned it into a bloody aquarium after that. But he lost like 5 pints in his ordeal. The lucky thing with the one that happened in '89 was one of their medical staff was a Vietnam medic.
Oh, he was. What do they call it? Trauma or no? There's a name for it.
You're traumatizing me because you can't figure this out.
I wish I could, but yeah, I know what you mean.
He was a medic?
Yeah, he was a medic, but there's a name for the ones that can do it like on the fly.
Yeah, that you're talking about trauma surgeon. That's not the same thing as a medic.
No, it's something else.
Medic?
Yeah, an emergency medic.
I don't know where
An
you're going with
EMT?
this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think they call them EMTs. They're like, hey,
electromagnetic pulse.
yes.
EMP.
EMP. Yes, he was an
He
EMP.
was an EMP in the war.
Yeah.
Oh man, that still sucks though. I mean,
But
they didn't
no,
save the dude's life.
Well, yeah, Clint Malarchuk, and the thing is, Clint Malarchuk in 2008 tried to kill himself. He shot himself in the head with a .22,
Ooh.
and somehow survived that.
Yeah, those bounce around in your skull too.
Yeah, but he shot himself in such a way that it went through like the chin, the
Frontal
nose
lobe.
area.
Oh, he went too high.
Yeah, and then it fucking stopped like less than a few millimeters from his brain. So it didn't even hit his brain. He just had this nice little fucking .22 cal stuck in
Fuck.
his forehead.
Well, because those are the pistols that like the mob would
He used a
execute
rifle.
people with.
A rifle.
Oh, he used a rifle.
.22 rifle.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's
Yeah,
that
'cause the
makes
mob
more
would get you
sense.
behind the
But
ear.
he used one of the
so-
short rounds. That's probably why he survived.
Well, the mob
he
would
didn't
shoot
use one,
you.
a long rifle.
The mob would fire 2 shots behind your ear because it would make the bullets ricochet in your skull and fuck up your brain.
A lot less dry cleaning that way.
How do you know?
He watched My Blue
I
Heaven.
like mafia shit.
I watched a movie once a while ago. That's how I know.
They didn't do that with
No,
Joe
I
Pesci though.
I was obsessed with
that bullet
mafia
went
for
right
a
through his
long
fucking
time.
head.
Read
Well, they didn't
articles.
always use. Dude, they used
I'm
lots of
saying it
different
was.
guns.
I know that, but it was very common that they used the 22s.
Yes, I remember the Valentine's Day Massacre where they used nothing but .22 caliber Thompson submachine guns.
God, I want one of those.
jackass.
That
guys.
was in the 1920s, dude.
I really want one of those.
It was, but fuck
I'm
off.
talking about like mafia.
No,
from,
no,
like,
no,
the
no. We're
60s,
going to the
70s,
20s.
80s.
Hand me that
20,
chopper.
motherfucker. Dude, I would love a Thompson.
Fuck
that would
yeah.
be fun.
Yeah,
so
Tommy gun would be
what do
awesome.
you? But honestly, though, what do you guys think? Do you think that this is definitely intent or not? Mine, I'm sorry, I'm with Kevin already on this, and I'm sitting on the fence
No,
because
I
it's
mean,
tough.
It's
It's a hard
it is
one
hard
to say
to
that.
say.
Yes, definitely.
I don't think that he was planning on fucking killing.
Well,
people.
no.
Well, there's no proving intent
Take
at all.
Right.
take that out of the
Yeah, no,
equation
but,
entirely.
I mean,
Was it an intent to bring the leg up like that?
Yes.
So Tim says yes.
Yeah, I say fully yes.
I think
that's
that,
too high
Well, look, yeah, I do think he was bringing the leg up
for his
but
trajectory.
I don't. But
Wait. I'm going to now do the argument against
Kevin,
to
we
see
know.
how far Kevin comes back.
No, I'm saying that I think he was bringing his leg up, but I don't know if he was really intentional.
Kevin's like, I think he was just trying to mark his territory. Is
or
that
you
what he
could
was
just,
doing?
or you could let me finish.
Kevin, I would never let you finish.
That's what his dad said last night.
His uncle. His Uncle Jack.
That's right, Uncle Jack.
No, I'm saying that I don't think he was meaning for his leg to go up as high as it did, and he especially wasn't meaning to get him in the neck.
We already know that.
Well, again,
Right.
there's no proving intent.
Okay, I'm giving you my assessment.
But
That's
I think
what you asked
I
for.
totally think that was an intentional leg lift.
Okay, that's...
I think he was intentionally lifting. His
Okay,
leg.
so we've got two there, and I think that the problem I see with saying that it's intent is that I've played ice hockey, and
You'd like to believe that people aren't malicious on the fucking ice?
Well, no, it's not that. I remember spearing a guy once, and then
That's what I'm saying.
He had blood.
People are capable of doing
this,
fucked up
this
shit.
guy,
I don't-
this guy had blood coming, and they didn't see that it was me, and they took him away in an ambulance.
Well,
Yeah.
I also had
don't-
another guy go in an ambulance because me and him were skating down, and we got tied up and fell on each
So
other.
you know that things get
No, this one, the other
emotional
one,
and heated on the ice.
the other one was accident, right? The one was an accident where me and the guy got tied up, and he fell to the ice, I fell to the ice, and I fell on his fucking ankle, and it broke his ankle. But he also was the guy. This is just in practice too. He was also the guy on our team that anytime anything happened out there, he was like, "I'm injured." So none of us believed him until the ambulance got there and the EMT started cutting his skate off, and his fucking foot was like, 4 times the size it should have been. And then we're like, "Oh."
So the guy you stabbed in the chest was intentional.
I went to
wanted him
spear him. I
fucking
wasn't
bleed.
trying to hurt him, obviously. No, I'm not. I'm not trying. I wasn't trying to fucking
Then
split
why
his.
the fuck did you spear him?
I just went like this with the butt end of the
Why?
stick. Well, let him know I'm there.
Yeah, not to hurt him though.
No, not in that sense.
Yeah, you did it to hurt him, dude.
I did not, Tim.
Yes, you did. There's no other
So,
way of getting
hey,
around it.
Tim,
can't
you
say,
did it to
"No,
hurt
that
him.
wasn't my fucking intent. I
So
just wanted him to
I
fucking
don't even
feel me
necessarily
hit with a
believe that
stick."
he was intentionally even trying to hit the guy, with his leg.
My thing is, I think that the closest
He changed course and went directly at the guy.
But no, did
Well,
if you
he's a
look,
puck
no,
carrier,
Well,
so-
but the
push,
thing is, though,
push past
if
another
you-
player to
if-
get to him.
he clipped the other player though.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
did
thing.
clip. Then that's where I think that
I think
the
that-
leg came up is when he clipped the other player. I was originally thinking he was trying to regain his balance or something.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case at all. I don't think he was trying to regain his balance. I think that if he was trying to bring his leg out, it was for a dirty play like a knee on knee, right? Like he's trying to bring his knee out to hit the other guy in the knee, and just fucking flip that guy over.
And he overshot basically.
And because he clipped the other guy, he overshot. That's as close as I'll get to he intended to hit the guy in such a way. But at the same time, hockey is such a fast fucking game, and I've seen people fly up in the
Did
air.
you see
in
that
the
other angle
weirdest
that they
ways.
posted up?
No, I haven't seen the other angle.
Well, this angle shows that the blade actually cut the carotid perfectly.
Oh shit!
You motherfucker.
I was
Look
already,
at that fucking.
I was
Look
already.
at the veins in that. I mean, obviously that got cut.
I was already laughing before you fucking even turned.
I didn't know they had an extra video on that. It's massive too.
You fucking cocksucker.
Man,
Look at that guy.
it's all over the ground.
Jesus, what a mess.
People are gonna think that we're just laughing at murder.
The leg did come up. That looks intentional to me.
So we've got one definitely intentional. Do you think he should be charged with anything?
Probably not, because that's the name of the game, isn't it?
No, murder's not the name of the
Murder's
game.
Well,
definitely
no,
not the
but
name of
hurting
the
another
game in
player
hockey.
on the
No,
ice.
you're not trying to hurt anybody.
Yes, you are.
Not really.
No, you're not.
Hockey players don't go out there.
You're
to
not trying
intentionally
to
hurt each other.
injure somebody. I'll give you hurt.
But why the fuck are they fighting? Fist fighting
Well,
on the fucking
that's-
ice.
But that's different.
They're not trying to hurt each
Oh,
other
that's
in that
different.
either.
They're not.
Yeah.
Tim, you've never done anything athletic, so
I
where are you going with this?
mean, I used to run.
Why? Because you
'Cause
were
it-
like, "There's chocolate."
Yeah. I wanted to get there. I want to be the first in line at the Dunkin'
Well,
Donuts.
there you go. Isn't that competitive right there?
Well, no, I'm saying the intent to hurt, and fist fighting is the intent to hurt.
I don't agree in
You
hockey.
don't believe that
I don't
But the
agree in
fist-
hockey.
tossing those gloves off, pulling a
I've been
person's
in fights in
jersey
hockey.
over, and you weren't.
And we're not
intending-
out there. No, nobody's out there to fucking injure the other person.
But also,
But you want to hurt them.
You want to hurt him a little bit.
Well, that's
yeah.
what I just fucking said.
I know, but the thing is though, this is not a hurt. This guy's dead.
Yeah. This is the fist fighting. Also, is not like a part of the game. Technically, it's not. Like,
It's 100% part of the game.
okay, fine, whatever.
That's why refs let it go on.
Yeah,
If it wasn't
it's
a part
also-
of the game, it'd have
it's
been
also-
broken up.
It's also a 5-minute major. That's all it is. You sit out for 5 minutes, you're back in the game.
Okay,
unless
fine.
you get a misconduct with it.
All right, still,
And
you
that
can't-
includes like cursing or
Yeah.
spitting.
Yeah, no,
You're out of here, pal.
I remember.
We don't allow that on the ice.
I remember.
I tell you.
I did spit at a player once, and then my coach benched me for like 10 minutes of the game, and then he's like, "Are you gonna be cool?" And I'm
That's
like,
churlish, dude.
"Well, yeah, it was dumb. It absolutely was dumb. I didn't try to hit the guy, and I didn't even come close, but I was just like, it's still a fuck you,
See, that's what I mean.
But then I went out and scored a goal right after that, so I was fine.
This guy that killed the other guy scored a goal and made it all right.
No, they sent everyone home because the guy died on the ice.
Well, there you go.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Kevin had something to say.
I don't know.
the fucking moment's passed. So anyway,
What
keep
was the
going.
moment?
What we were just talking about.
Yeah,
Let's
the
move
whole
on.
the intent.
Yeah,
What we're talking about,
No.
I'm still saying that with on the ice, their intent is to hurt the other person, and I believe that person was intending on hurting that guy.
See, I
A lot
That's
of
why-
other people
that's
think
why
that
they
too,
slam
but a lot
them
of
up
other
ag-
people don't agree with that.
That's why
Yeah.
they slam him up against the fucking wall. That's why they check him. That's why they do all that shit.
I
They
still-
don't
There's
wanna
but there's
hurt
a
'em. Yes, they
function
fucking
in
do.
but no, but
I
there's
still-
but the
yeah, I-
checking and stuff. There's a function in the game for that.
I agree.
And
Because
that's this person's intent was to stop the person with the puck.
yeah. Well, I like I said, I think that the only way I get
Had he not had the puck, he would still be alive to this day.
maybe who knows.
But that's, I mean, in
Wait a
theory,
minute. I thought.
in
Wait a
theory.
minute. Didn't the other a guy up ahead of them have the puck?
No, Adam.
Wasn't he just trying to
Adam,
stop the
Adam
guy, it
Johnson
looked like?
was skating in, and when he skated in, his teammate skated in, and he curled behind him
Okay.
with the puck, and
Okay. It happened. See, it happened so fast.
But
Like you
that's
said,
what I
it's
mean.
fast.
That's
if he
one of the
didn't have the
reasons
puck
why-
that day, he'd still be alive.
So you're saying if he was a worse player, he'd be okay?
If he wouldn't have gone for the puck,
Well, that's true. I'm still alive.
there you go.
Stupid parents leaving
Well, I'm
me out
just
of
saying
hockey
it's
for
a-
8
it's-
fucking years.
It's there's no way to prove intent, and so I'm not going to assume intent. But I will say this person was
Intended.
was out to stop the person with the puck
Was trying to
by
stop
any means
him.
necessary,
including
throwing his leg up and breaking
including
the rules.
doing some fucking.
And I also believe that emotions get high and they get angry at each other, and there's physical violence on the fucking ice.
Tim's like any means necessary, including roadhouse cowboy boots.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if guys start wearing Spurs. You know what I mean? Fucking
I like the idea
punching
that
anacondas on the ice.
I like the idea that people are out there with now roadhouse cowboy boots. They're
Yeah.
like step, fucking blade comes out.
Yeah, that's what I mean, dude. Whatever they can to stop the other team.
Yeah,
Those
I
are
just
pretty
thought
cool.
I just thought honestly I'd bring this up because it's become so much bigger than
It's
just
a
hockey
it's,
right now.
It's a really big hot topic.
because
right now.
I mean it's seriously everywhere. I mean
Yeah.
there was tons of people commenting shit, and I'm like, you clearly have never played hockey. I can tell just based on the comment. You're like, oh, this just never
So
happened.
they're not entitled to their opinion?
It's less of I think no.
Yeah,
Not in the same. I don't think you give it the same weight. And the reason I
For
say,
the aspects of who's determining what?
well, when they're saying that this is clearly intentional, I'm like, dude, you've never played hockey. You don't understand that at those speeds, when you clip somebody, it does weird shit that you don't expect. I've clipped people and fucking gone flying through the air where my skates probably could have hit somebody too, but I was nowhere near anybody. And then I get to skate
Maybe
away.
that did dispel a lot of rumors. Is find more videos like that.
Well, the thing is too.
Yeah,
of skaters
well,
with their
and
their
that's the
feet
thing.
going
They'll
up.
they'll
Yeah.
do that.
the reason for that, what he's saying, I get what you're saying here, is because when you're on those skates and you're on that ice, you got that forward momentum, and whichever way you're going, that's the way you're going.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. It's not like football where you could just throw your foot down and stop your track.
you actually can.
Shane's going to counter that.
On in a way, but I mean, like, dude, when you're moving that fast,
Well,
how are
watch-
you going to stop in
Just-
a dead stop?
Just watch like 5 minutes of Connor McDavid. You'll be like, oh, you
okay.
can do that. You
Okay,
can.
well,
but
yeah, but
those
is
are the-
everybody that
those-
skilled on
no,
the
what
ice?
I'm saying is those are the highest skilled players in the world.
Well, there you go.
There's guys that can do that that at slow speeds,
those guys were all moving really fast.
Yes, that was incredibly fast. I mean, you're probably talking about 20 miles an hour right
Jesus.
there. I mean,
Thought of that. Just the thought of that, of feeling that across your neck. Oh my!
I don't even think he probably
God.
felt
probably
it.
didn't-
He probably felt something like almost a blunt force
Like
feeling,
warm?
and then warmth in his hand when he
Yeah.
went to get up, and that could have been why he fell. Is the shock of it, like
Right.
oh shit,
been, yeah.
this there's blood.
Oh Jesus, man!
Because that happens so fast.
Yeah.
Like
What
I
a
mean,
thought.
when you watch it, you can't even. I watched the regular speed one. I had to watch it like 3 or 4 times
Yeah,
just
so did I.
to catch what happened.
It's hard
you know?
that it's one of the reasons why I like hockey so much because it's so fucking fast. And
It's probably one of the more athletic sports.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
say that.
For sure.
It's one of the
it's
more
non-fucking stop.
It's one of the more brutal sports too because of the fact that you've got guys that will break ribs, break bones in their body, and then just keep playing.
Yeah, well,
Because they're like, it's the playoffs. I can't
most
fucking stay
brutal's
home.
gonna be rugby, but yeah.
Rugby's pretty brutal too.
Rugby
but-
is brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But I mean,
Fuck it. If we're gonna go most brutal sport, fuck you, Tim, and we're gonna go with the original
Blood
lacrosse.
sport?
Yes, blood sport.
blood
The mo-
sport.
Mr. Ducks or Dew or whatever the fuck Dukes. He's the original fucking Kumite.
Yep.
champion.
The guy, I
Most
think he said he
violent
beat
sport.
5,000
Lacrosse.
fighters
You
in a
think
day or
lacrosse is
something.
worse
No,
than rugby?
No, the original lacrosse, yes, because they would just murder the other team that
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
Same thing with that fucking weird game that they played. The Aztecs played.
Soccer.
No, it wasn't soccer.
Oh, I know
With
which
a
one you're
human
talking
head?
about.
No,
No. It was basically the winning team would all be like sacrificed
yes,
or
the
something.
winning team would be sacrificed. That was the weird part, right? The winning team would be sacrificed.
Well, yeah, they
But
took
it was
honor
an
in that.
honor
Well, that's
to
the
them.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was a weird game where they just had this fucking one hoop in the middle.
Yeah, it was like a big
and
stone
they had to
ring
like
or something.
bounce it off their chest to try to get it through. Some weird
Something
shit like that.
Yeah.
Like and they would bounce it off a wall.
Quidditch.
It was Quidditch. Harry Potter.
Someone cut the snipe or
It
whatever
was before
Yeah,
flying
golden
brooms were
snitch.
invented.
So, in other news of death, we also had Matthew Perry died.
Yeah,
Yes, Matthew Perry
that one-
died in
That
his
one kind of
jacuzzi.
struck everyone out of the blue.
Actually, though,
drowned.
Not as much.
not really when you
Yeah,
read about how many times he'd been in rehab. Like
37
apparently-
times.
Yeah, apparently his
37.
colon had burst because of his like drug and alcohol usage. He had all kinds of like surgeries and other problems because of his drug and alcohol use.
Yeah.
Like, he was on borrowed time.
Yeah. Well, and the other one that died too. This one's pretty sad. I mean, he's old as shit, but Richard Moll,
Oh, I heard about that too. Yeah, Richard Moll.
Bull from
Bull
fucking
from Night Court.
Night Court.
Oh, that
He also
guy's-
did a lot of voices in like Batman.
I didn't know he was still alive.
I didn't know it either,
Yeah.
but now
I
it's
really
sad.
didn't
Because
either.
I know the other guy died, the judge from Night
Yeah,
Court.
he died like 2 years ago. I
Well,
think
he
he
did
died like
longer than that.
no, I think he died like while we did the show. I think Harry Anderson died while we did the show,
Huh.
but I could be wrong. Who else? I mean, a lot of people have died while we've done this show.
We have cursed a lot. That's why we
But yeah,
decided
no,
not to
I don't
talk
know
about
much about
he who
what.
shall not be named because we don't want him to fucking die.
Yeah,
Danny DeVito.
yeah.
Shut
there
up.
you go. He's gonna die next
God
week.
fucking damn it.
We've done it already.
Yeah.
No, it's Bill Murray. Bill
No.
Murray was the one we were
But
allowed to talk to, 'cause
Richard
he
Moll,
probably
Oh.
do.
I don't know anything about his
Probably.
death. I mean, he was an older guy.
He's 80.
Yeah,
I mean, he,
so
so he had a
maybe
good life and
nat-
everything.
natural
And I
causes.
loved him as Bull on fucking
Oh, he was
Night
great,
Court.
and he was
I-
great in other shit too, man.
Well,
He
see,
was
I don't
awesome.
remember
What
from
other shit
anything
was
else.
he in?
Oh, okay. One that I can remember from childhood: Sidekicks. Remember that Chuck Norris movie?
Hated that movie.
I know, but he's in it. He's the fucking
Fucking-
basketball coach.
Dude, I
The dickhead
hated
basketball
I
coach.
hated any of the movies where like kids became fucking anything. I hated that shit when I was a kid. I did.
I liked
liked-
Sidekicks as a kid.
I liked what was
no,
it?
that little
American Ninja. I
oh yeah,
loved those
American Ninja.
movies.
Yeah.
They're terrible movies.
Oh yeah,
But they were
awful,
fun
awful.
when I was a kid because
Sure.
I was like, this adult motherfucker's
The
just
little,
murdering everyone.
The little Asian kid from Conan the Barbarian. Or no, Red Sonja. That's what
Oh.
it was. That little Asian kid, that little martial artist.
Which
that guy was a
one
fucking
that?
badass.
Who's that?
Red Sonja is.
The little tiny Asian kid from the Empire that had a sword and was Sonja's.
I know you're
I
talking
don't remember.
about.
Dude, I've never seen that movie. I've seen Conan.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
second one, I think.
No, it's the.
But
no,
they couldn't
it's-
call it
technically,
Conan.
it's the third one.
Yeah.
Dude, I still think my favorite of the weird style of movies like that from that time is Beastmaster.
Beastmaster was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good
Out
one.
of all of them,
They poisoned that-
Beastmaster and then Ferrets fucking saved the day.
Yeah.
And they
Kodo
poisoned.
and
They,
Poto.
they
Yeah.
poisoned.
I
that-
didn't even know the names.
Yeah.
Jesus
I know their
Christ.
names.
The
Yeah, I fucking
filmmakers
love that
poisoned
movie.
that poor tiger. You know the tiger that
Yeah.
was black. Well, that dye that they used to make the tiger
Oh.
black killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Well,
poisoned. Apparently,
I've got some
from it.
bad news for you then, Kevin. Have you ever watched Milo and Otis?
Oh God, I know about that
There's
one.
also a series
That's
on
awful.
Netflix called
fucking horrific.
Tiger King. Look that up.
That's still not as bad as Milo and Otis, dude.
It's
Do you know how many?
Milo and Otis,
do you know how
that's,
many
like,
pugs they
cruel.
went through,
It's a
and how many
lot of
cats?
cats.
They so many cats that were thrown
That's
into the
just
river.
straight fucking evil.
And the thing is, well, wasn't that movie made though in like China?
We'd cover
I
this,
think-
yeah.
I think it was
might have
made in
been,
China because of the
yeah.
fact that it like they didn't have the animal
That
rights
movie
stuff. But
is
they
the reason for a bunch of
yes,
like,
all the
and
laws
stuff.
that came
Yeah.
out. But do you know how many pugs died in the bear scene? They had a bear actually fight a fucking pug.
Well, who won?
I
It
wonder.
was not the pug.
No, well,
Was that Milo? I don't know which one was
I
which.
hadn't watched
It
that
was,
shit.
I think
it was my
Otis.
sis-
Otis was the dog.
My
I
sister,
think.
that was one of her favorite movies. She watched it all the
No,
time,
it's
so I couldn't stand it.
Homeward Bound was my animal.
I didn't
movie.
want that. I didn't. Nope.
And see,
not
I read
into
the
any
book
of
when I
those.
was a
Homeward
kid.
I
Bound.
was never into any of the
And
fucking animal
the part
movies.
that got me that they didn't put in the movie was when the dog blew the guy's head off with a shotgun in the book. Like, they go to rescue the dogs in the woods. And the
Okay,
guy's got a
Old Yeller.
shotgun.
That's a good fucking
Yeah.
animal movie.
That's also a very tragic one. I don't think I read the book, though.
I've read the book and the fucking and where the red fern grows or whatever.
Yeah, that one, Sounder.
Sounder.
Yeah, it's
Is that the name of it?
Yeah, the name of the book is Sounder. It's about the black kid and the bloodhound.
What's that?
I don't remember that one. I remember
haven't-
where the
I
red
haven't
fern
Sounder-
grows.
Yeah, Red the Red Fern Grows is one of them, and Sounder, like the dog, I guess, gets burned saving this kid's life.
Oh,
Dude, I
shit.
remember
don't
reading
remember
a
that one.
crazy fucking book when I was a kid. I still have
The
no
Monkey
idea what
Train
it
one?
was. No, this was a fucking weird book. That it started out with this kid went fucking swimming with his friend, and somehow his friend died. Then he fucking didn't want to tell anybody and fucking like hid from everybody and all this shit and like just made things way. I don't remember what the fuck it was. I don't remember
Mac and
any of the
Me?
clues. It was actually Wally.
Oh, yeah, that's a good.
You don't
family
remember
film.
that part of Wally
I
where
do.
where
He stuffs it inside himself.
yeah, where
and
Wally
crushes it,
fucking kills the
cubes
kid.
him, stacks him up in one of those big fucking towers of trash.
It was actually Lilo and Stitch, where Stitch dies immediately, and Lilo's like, I don't know what happened to him. He's a weird alien. Shit happens.
Stitch that, Jimmy.
Fuck,
No, I
Yeah.
think that's how it ended. Actually, was yeah.
dude. But yeah, so I don't know. It's just been a weird week with people getting
Yeah, man.
fucking killed.
I know, right?
Well, what did Richard Moll do? He did cartoon voiceovers. That was like what he was known for in
Yeah.
the later years.
Yeah, he did.
He was the bad guys in like a lot of Batman stuff or
Oh, was he? I
Superman.
didn't know
stuff.
that.
Yeah, Richard Moll. Just look up Richard Moll voiceovers
Why?
just to see what he did.
See what he was in.
Yeah,
Who cares, dude?
I care,
I'm kind of
and so does Kevin now. Guess what? Toodooth. This dipshit. I don't know where I was gonna go with it. I lost my train of thought.
Have another.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Fucking lush.
Oh yeah.
So he did voices in Real Monsters, Batman
Oh, that's
the
right.
Animated
That's
Series.
right. He was Two-Face.
He played Two-Face.
Yeah.
And then he played
Two-Face
Two-Face in
again.
Batman Brave and the Bold, Cow and Chicken,
Stop it.
Freakazoid, Justice
scratching my
League,
ear.
Oh, I thought you were
Mighty
doing that.
Max.
Oh no. I'm scratching my
Oh
ear.
yeah, cartoon Superman the Animated Series, The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, so he
Legend
did a
of Dude,
ton of fucking
tons of stuff,
voiceovers.
tons of
That's
stuff.
what he was mostly known for after
Later
Night
on,
Court.
yeah.
And it's because, he probably gotten too
Oh.
old to where he was like
Oh
a
my
big
God,
fucking-
look
He
at
was
him. He
the
looks
bad guy.
great.
He was the bad guy in House 1. Do you remember the movie?
Oh, I thought you meant the show House.
No. The movies
That guy looks
House
fantastic.
1, 2, and I
Doesn't
think
look
they
like
made
him
more
at
of them.
all.
He's dead. He doesn't look fantastic.
Well, that
Kevin,
picture does.
House
Kevin-
1 was awesome.
Kevin, pull up a picture of what he looks like now.
Well, I'm sure he hasn't decayed that much.
Just type in skeleton. I knew that he wasn't going to figure this
Richard
I got
Moll?
one right here.
out.
So he wasn't naturally bald then. He had to shave his head for that show.
Yeah.
Where is he? Where's the House one?
No, I don't remember. I don't think I ever watched any of the House movies.
There he
I
is.
wanted to.
See, that's
Or did he get-
him in House.
Did he get plugs?
Oh, that's what he looks like now.
Yeah, that's what he looks like now, except for without the army
Yeah,
hat.
so this is what he looks like now, Tim.
Handsome.
Yeah, no, he's skeleton.
Yeah, he
man.
must have got some hair plugs or something. Well, I'm looking at his. Yeah, he shaved his head for the show.
Yeah,
can
dude,
see the
it's
hairline.
gray.
Yeah. Okay.
You can see his 5 o'clock shadow on his head.
Yeah, I totally thought he was naturally blonde.
Naturally
Yeah,
blonde.
Yeah, naturally bald.
Do the drapes match the
Man,
curtains?
can only look like that at that age. Look at that, 80 years old, and that's what he
Well,
looks
I don't
like?
know if that's him at 80. That could have been him at 46.
He's fucking great.
Who the fuck
looking.
knows, dude?
What a handsome fella.
It's just the picture on his fucking wiki page or whatever.
Let's see if we can find a more recent picture of him.
It's just him in a coffin.
That's what I'm looking for.
He probably just looks like an old man. I
Oh,
mean,
here we go. This is kind of aged. But I'm sure they made him to look aged.
Yeah, but the thing is, though,
That's cool.
like I said, I liked him in Night Court. I thought Night Court was a great show.
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
You know?
Even at our age, it was something that I can get behind.
Yes.
I can
Yeah.
understand it. I
When-
can understand the humor of
when
it.
I was a kid, that was a show where it wasn't like everything was over a kid's head.
Yeah.
You know, it was a show where you could watch it. It was funny. You realized that the guy that played Dan was like this whoremonger, essentially.
Right. He
You
was
know.
a ladies'
I
So
man.
you
yeah.
knew that as a kid. You're
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's fucking all these chicks.
Yeah, I watched it with my
Yeah,
parents.
he's
as a
almost
kid,
a rapist.
because my parents watched it like every time it was on.
Yeah,
I used
same
to
here.
watch it with
Yeah.
them.
But like, there were shows I couldn't stand when I was a kid, and it was like MASH.
Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
I didn't like
dun.
MASH.
Fucking hated
Dun,
me.
dun, dun, dun.
I didn't watch that one. I think my dad watched that before.
Yep, that's when you know it's time to go to bed. Hear that fucker pop on?
Yeah,
God,
no,
can't
I
stand
didn't
that.
watch any of that.
I was not a MASH fan.
Yeah, we
No, MASH
covered
was
this.
terrible. I couldn't stand. I didn't
Well,
know how that was
speaking of which,
fucking
I had
good.
to go, I went and through all 10 episodes of Band of Brothers over the
Love
weekend.
Band of Brothers.
Great fucking show.
Fantastic fucking show. Even today.
I need to go back and watch it.
Spears is a fucking badass.
Yeah,
Oh my fucking god.
and the thing is, a lot of the shit that was done in there, like he did, they even. I just recently watched a YouTube thing talking about Spears with Dick Winters, and
yeah.
Dick Winters was talking about it. Like, no, he killed those prisoners.
Yeah, he did.
He fucking mowed them down.
Yep.
Now, did it happen the way that it showed in the fucking show? Like, did he? Oh, we're all cool with
Have
each
some
other. Have
cigarettes,
some
yeah.
smokes. Here's my
Cigarette?
Thompson.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, he definitely did a lot of that shit because.
Him
Sorry,
at the Battle of the Bulge.
there were times where you couldn't fucking take prisoners.
Yeah, what are we
Yeah.
going to do with you guys?
Him at the Battle of
We're
the Bulge
certainly
when
not
he
gonna put
ran
you-
through and all the German soldiers
Yes,
were just
that actually
confused.
happened
That
too.
actually happened.
Because-
Yeah.
Find the other fucking group.
Because
Yeah.
I think it was Delta. Was it Delta or Dog Company?
Dog Company.
I think
think.
Dog
Yeah.
Company was on the other side. Easy Company needed to link up with them
Yeah.
because they didn't. They were going to end up
And
shooting at the wrong
actual,
people.
The actual leader of Easy was being a bitch.
That didn't happen.
Whatever his name was.
So that actually didn't happen in real life. In
What was
real
his
life,
name?
fuck,
No,
I can't remember it.
the-
But what happened in real life is
I don't remember.
from
he just kept disappearing.
well, no. So that's the other thing. That also didn't happen. That guy wasn't this fucking bad leader and all this shit. What happened in that is he ended up getting wounded in the fight and wasn't able to continue.
didn't stick to the okay.
So they embellished on that, or maybe that's how some people thought of him, and
Well,
that
that's-
got into
yeah,
the book.
I think that's because it was the interpretations of the soldiers.
And it might have been.
Yeah.
But he got injured in that fight, so they sent Spears in. But Dick Winters was actually going to go in himself. And he didn't
Yeah.
get called back like it shows in the movie. Because I remember watching that, him talking about it. He's like, I never got called back. So that part didn't happen. What happened is I got ready to go, and then I said, I can't do that. I'm the fucking leader of all of this.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't be the one to go in there. And they,
remember
I think,
something
I
about
think
that.
something like along the lines of, I think Spears volunteered or something like
Right.
that, and then ended up becoming the leader of Easy Company after
Right.
that. So
Yeah, and I mean, I remember seeing some interview where they were saying, like, one of the guys was saying when Spears ran across there, the German soldiers didn't know what to do.
they were confused.
They were so confused because here's this American
Yeah.
soldier just running by him, and they're all just looking at him like,
I've
what
done
the
that-
fuck is he
I've
doing?
done that in paintball before to get to the other side, and you scream while you do it.
Yeah.
they just start laughing at you.
No, the thing is, I know what you're talking about. Did similar things, maybe not the exact same, but similar things in airsoft, where you do something wild and people are just so shocked by it that they go, What the fuck's going on?" And then all of a sudden they're dead, and you're like, "Cool, we're moving on."
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. So I can get it that it could work in war. It's still a fucking crazy thing to do.
That is fucking. I mean, that's not paintballs or pellets.
No.
That's fucking bullets.
and they're
no.
big fucking bullets
Yeah.
back then.
They're taking
30,
shots.
you had 30-06 on our side and 8mm Mauser on
that's
their
the-
side.
Yeah,
I
it was a
fucking
one
loved
in a
hearing
million.
that.
It was a
I
one in a
loved
million maneuver that
Right.
he did, and
all
he
the
worked.
audio from that too. All the
Oh,
fucking
that show.
No, the Spears when he went through there at the Battle of the Bulge, ran through the enemy lines. to
Oh,
get
yeah.
the Dog Company. That was a
And
one in a million
back.
maneuver, and and he came back.
Yeah.
and it worked.
Yeah. And the thing is, it might not be a 1 in a million. It might be far more common than you think.
Maybe.
But because people are so scared of getting shot that you just don't hear about it.
Sure.
Like, there's plenty of Medal of Honor recipients that have done similar things to that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So now a lot of those Medal of Honor recipients are dead because that's how they got the Medal of Honor.
We're gonna. I'm sure we'll be handing out more here soon.
Yeah, probably. I mean, World War III is about to start.
Yep,
So
we're
let's
getting
end
there.
on that somber
It's
note.
knocking on our door, isn't it? When you get a chance to knock on someone else's door, especially the back door, why don't you go ahead and check out velvet-alley.com for all your front,
What a great
back,
segue.
and top pleasures. Go check them out.
What top
Velvet-alley.com.
pleasures are you doing with
Mouth.
that?
There's some mouth stuff.
Just
What?
some mouth stuff.
Check it out. Velvet-alley.com.
Tim, tell me more about this mouth stuff.
I'd love to, but instead I think I might have some coffee. Where can I find some delicious coffee these days?
Coffee brand coffee. If you go in and use the coupon code GPS1, you can get 5% off your purchase. They have. Oh, actually, now that October's over, I don't think that they have the pumpkin spice anymore. So you're just gonna have to wait till next year. But they do have all kinds of other coffees and teas that you would love.
And if you
Put it
send
in your mouth.
And if you send Kevin $5, he'll come in an envelope and send it to you.
That's right.
All right.
Oh, sweet.
Goodbye, everybody.